Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaopen.com. I wanted to jump on here today and do a quick reading for you. I've channeled some messages from the universe. I'm going to pull some cards, tarot cards, and also some cards from Kyle Gray's Angel Prayers deck. So what I heard immediately was you need to quiet your fears. I tried to record this 2 times, and both times I felt like I couldn't get out what I was trying to say, and I had like a lump in my throat. I couldn't get the words out. And so I feel like there are some people out there who maybe you need to speak your truth to someone and you are having a hard time doing it. You're allowing fear and overthinking to run the show, and it's ruining your life. I heard that very clearly. You need to quit overthinking and you need to get back into a state of flow. I just did a podcast episode about that this week, and it might be really beneficial to you. So if this is you and you feel like immediately, oh my God, yeah, you're talking right to me, go check out that podcast episode. It's on Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. It can be found wherever your favorite podcast is found. But it's all about not allowing yourself to get sucked into that spiral that we go into sometimes, where we tell ourselves things aren't working out. And the truth is, the universe has divine timing at play. And we can't see all of the components that come together. And so sometimes what looks like we're failing isn't really failing. It's just the divine timing at work, waiting for things to fall into place the way that they're supposed to. What I heard was we often ruin our happiness because we overthink. We think about every possible scenario that could happen, and I'm guilty of it too. I read into every little thing, right? When I'm texting someone, I'm like, what did that mean? And I overthink every little thing. And so what happens is I know in my own life, I tend to focus on how it's not working out, or this happened or that happened. And all that does is ruin your peace. It ruins your happiness. I talked about this also on the podcast, but when we find something that comes into our existence that is something that we didn't want to happen, it's happening to show us what we do want. And so you need to focus on thoughts that feel better. And I know you're like, oh, how do I do that? I get it. It's so easy for us to focus on the negative and to bog ourselves down with focusing on what didn't go right instead of saying what did go right and how do I want to see more of that. Because what we're doing, what I heard very distinctly, is that the universe is always listening and the universe is always matching your energy. So if you're focused on how everything went wrong and what didn't work, that's the energy that the universe is matching. So you're going to see more of things not working out, not going right. Instead of focusing on what did go right, how did that feel? Take, for example, let's say that you get a job and there are things you like about the job or things you don't like about the job. Focus on what you do like and what you do want, because the universe, again, is always listening. And so if you're hoping for something better, you don't want more of what you didn't want, right? You want more of what you do want. But if you're focused only on like, oh, I hate this, I hate that, I don't like this, I don't like that, that's what the universe is saying. Oh, she's focusing or he's focusing on that. They want more of that. It's just not true, right? You don't want more of that. So instead, shift your thinking just a little bit and focus on the things that you like about whatever you're thinking about, what did work. And that's what the universe is going to match. And so you're going to see more of that showing up in your life. Okay, I hope that made sense. It made sense in my head. I hope it made sense out here too. Okay, so right now, you need to let go of fear. Okay, you are fearless. You're ready to take on the world, but you got to let go of those underlying fears that keep you stuck. Some of you have communication coming in that's going to cause you to take quick action in a situation, all right? But you're overthinking. Now, ruminating on something is good, right? But to a point. There comes a point when you're just not acting, you're not doing anything, you're sitting on a fence, because you're allowing that overthinking to keep you frozen and stuck. And many of us do this because if you've ever heard of the fight, flight, or freeze, many of us who have had a lot of trauma in our lives, which who hasn't, we get stuck in that freeze mode and we don't do anything. And we just say, well, if I don't do anything and I just stay like this, I don't know if you're thinking the universe is going to figure it out for you. I don't know, but you have to take action. And you have to take some inspired action. Yes, use your intuition, but you are more than capable of making this decision. The decision to not do anything is still a decision, and it's still an act. It's an act of inaction. And that is the most pointless thing, right? If you've ever seen a dog chase its tail, it's kind of the same thing. You're choosing to stay stuck. So, the dogs are like, I agree, there must be somebody outside. There's your sign. You're choosing to stay stuck, so get unstuck. And only you can do that. And the way that you do that is by moving, making a decision, and taking some action. All right? No matter what. All right, so let's see what else wants to come out. You have balance. So some of you are experiencing imbalance in your life. And if you're not taking action on something and you're overthinking, you're probably feeling that off balance. It's time for you to bring more balance into your life. Meditation's a great way to do that. You also have the divine physician, and it's thank you, Archangel Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Some of you need to make healthier choices. We can all do that sometimes. And this doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be little swaps here and there to make your life just a little bit healthier. And what I'm hearing is maybe get more sleep. Some of you aren't sleeping. And probably if you're overthinking and you're dwelling on that, that's causing you to not be able to sleep. So if you were just to take some action and to sit down and say, okay, what thoughts would make me feel better? What could I do that would make me feel better? You would feel better. You would sleep. You have signs from heaven too. Thank you, angels, for sending me reminders of your presence. Some of you are getting signs while you're sleeping. Some of you, signs can come in so many ways. For me, a lot of times it's songs. My mom loves to manipulate music, and all of a sudden I'll be thinking about her. Okay, the dogs need to stop. And a song will come up. But you have spirit animal too, so maybe that is your sign. Maybe, thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. So maybe when you see a spirit animal too, that is a sign. You have inner power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. What you don't realize is that you are co-creating your existence, your reality. And through your thoughts, you're doing that. And so if you're focusing on those negative thoughts and you're focusing on what you don't want to see, you're creating more of that. So try to focus on what you would want. Maybe you don't like what's happening in your life right now. What would you like to see? And Nate is being super loud right now, so I apologize. What would you like to see? So I pulled a couple of cards here from Angela Rose's deck, and it says, you are your own inspiration. We can forget in our own power and look outside ourselves for validation and inspiration. We forget that we ourselves are inspiring. You don't need another class, certificate, or other validation. Be your own inspiration today. Journal the one thing you're proud of yourself for. And then the mantra that goes with this card, which you can say to yourself, is, I am amazing. I inspire me. I'm wise. I am knowing. Because you have enough. You don't need anything extra. Okay, and the last card coming out is fall in love with the journey. And this is sometimes so hard. But there's so much magic in your life, and you've come so far already. Be patient. Magical things are coming your way. What is the feeling you will feel when you reach your dream? Feel this feeling now. Place your hand on your heart, close your eyes and smile, and then say, I love this moment. It is mine. Write down how you imagine yourself feeling when your dreams come true. And the mantra is, I am right where I need to be. Life is unfolding perfectly for me, and I fill in something positive. All right, go check out my podcast, Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. If you want to work with me, you can go to my website, melissaoatman.com. I hope you have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.